Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna be wearing this as kind of like a shawl. This is my Carhartt. I bought this when I was 15 and it's been with me ever since. Apparently it's in style now, so kudos to 15-year-old me, ahead of the trends, 15 years later, and we are now fashionable. So, speaking of shopping and fashion, we're going to talk about the no-buy year that I'm going to attempt to do next year. We're going to do a no/low buy year. And yeah, I thought we'd talk about it. I know there's like 10 zillion of these on the interwebs right now, but I figured might as well join the crowd. I'm going to grab my pen that I lost. I found it. It's here. And we're going to talk about a no-buy year. I also have my computer here, which I have my budget pulled up. Also kind of already brainstormed a few ideas, so we're going to talk about those. Yeah, so let's do it. So first of all, I have some goals for 2025 of like why I'm doing this, and I wanted to do this because I wanted to have a reason why I'm doing this, because I'm the kind of person that if I don't have a reason for doing something, I can get really lost and unmotivated. So yeah. So first of all, I talked about this in another video, but I would like to save money for our move that we're going to be doing. And we've talked a bit about like where we would move, like within LA or potentially to a different city, potentially. It's talked about, it's talking about, but yeah, we're just discussing it because if we are thinking about moving, we're also like thinking about moving maybe somewhere cheaper, but even if it's within LA, where would we move in the neighborhoods? Obviously when we moved here, it's much different than our lives are now. One of the biggest things is that I have my horse now, so yeah, we live in West LA area, so it's not very convenient to get to a barn anymore. So yeah. But anyways, so saving money for the move is definitely a big one for me. I would like to reduce clutter and focus on more of a minimalist and intentional life. I really have gotten in the past couple of years like really disconnected from my personal items, like I don't know, just like furniture or like stuff like that. I've been through several wildfire evacuations in the past, and I noticed back then I just started to get really detached, and then now because of just the cost of living, and I just feel like housing is so scattered and so uncertain, I just don't have very much attachment to my stuff. So there are some items that of course are sentimental, but I would like to reduce the clutter that we have. Like I said previously, we moved here pretty quick. We moved here, like it was basically shove everything we had and go because we had to start a new job. So it's not like we really had a chance to intentionally declutter and minimize the items that we had. So we would like to do that. Number 3, I would like to prioritize spending money on experiences and necessities over material goods. So I would like to focus more on spending, like putting the money elsewhere to where we can have more of an experience and putting things more into an intentional purchase rather than just like an impulse buy. And then finally, I would like to align my purchases with my values. And this kind of goes again with like making more intentional purposes, making purchases that align more with my values. Obviously, I know that we live in a world that is like super hard to do everything, but yeah. Let's get into the actual rules, so to speak. So if you don't know what a no-buy year is, it's basically where you're going to set parameters for yourself to where you're not going to be purchasing certain things in the next year. Some say like a low buy or no buy. I guess I'm kind of in between, like I'm kind of probably more in a low buy situation. I'm probably going to be having more like exceptions to certain categories, but we'll see. So for my parameters, my no buy, which is what I'm considering that is, I'm avoiding buying it unless it's absolutely necessary. So like something's broken, whatever. So clothing, so new clothes or shoes unless I'm replacing worn out essentials. So yeah. Home decor, I'm saying that we are not going to be buying any home decor unless with the move we have like some need for decor, like an intentional purchase. So that's like kind of like a caveat category. I'm going to be as minimal as possible as far as the amount of things that we get, and then also the things that we actually end up buying. So I'd like to ideally go into the category of like buy nothing group, Facebook Marketplace / thrifting, and then buying something new if we absolutely have to, or even waiting a while to see like if we actually need it. So yeah. Kitchen gadgets, unless it's a broken essential like our microwave breaks or something like that. Home, like kitchen and home gadgets can actually get me. I'm a sucker for like an electric can opener or like something, some little gadget on Amazon that's gonna help with my life in the kitchen just a little bit better. So I would like to not buy that, because those things I notice add up quite a bit whenever I'm doing my budget. Books is another big one. Devin and I are big readers, and we also really like books. So I'm going to try not to buy books. I'm going to try to use and read what I have on my bookshelf. We have like 4 bookshelves. We need to minimize our books anyways for moving. So I really want to focus on using the library, listening to audiobooks, using like Libby and all that for e-reading. I have a Kindle, so I'm going to try to utilize that as much as possible. Next is cat toys, furniture, and treats. So Mochi has plenty of furniture and cat toys. Unless it's an essential, one of her essentials is she will only play with basically a play wand, and she does break those. So if she breaks it, I will buy her a new one. But other than that, she's not going to get any cool like whatevers. Treats is a big one. She's like a pig for treats. So I'm going to try to limit, I said 2 bags or like containers monthly only. So that's like her like allotted treats, and then beyond that she's not getting any more treats, because I will get her like a variety of treats and she just has way too many treats, to be completely honest. So I'm gonna try to limit that as much as I can. Horse supplies. Okay, so I'm only gonna replace like necessary consumables, so like her supplements, grain, that kind of thing, like things that she actually needs to have to live her best life kind of thing. But as far as like extra grooming things, or like I'm not like a huge like saddle, I know like a lot of girls like they buy tons of saddle pads, but I try to be minimal with my tack. But I'm not going to be buying like a bunch of different stuff for her. I'm just going to try to keep things simple. And then beauty products, I'm not going to replace anything until it's empty. And I'm going to be trying to get things off of buy nothing as much as possible. Sometimes though people will put like, if it's like makeup brushes or unused things, or especially with like hair products. I have actually tried a lot of curly hair products, because I just get them off of buy nothing, and it's actually nice because then I don't have to buy and like spend money, and if it doesn't work it's like okay, whatever. So unless it's an empty item that like is something that I use pretty often, I'm going to actually try to use up some of the makeup that I do have. Like I know I have like floating eyeliners, and then I just buy another eyeliner. First of all, I don't even use eyeliner right now. Like I barely wear makeup unless I'm like going somewhere, like I'm usually at the barn or at home. Like that's honestly my life. Okay, so one of the things I'm canceling is auto ship, because especially Chewy, they send me so much auto ship, and then I forget about it all the time, and then they just send it to me, and then Mochi has like 5 million treats in there. And yeah, so I think that's pretty much it as far as no buy. And then for allowed purchases, what I'm saying is health items, so like allowing myself to buy anything that is related to my health. Cat supplies, like her basic stuff, litter, food, vet care, obviously we're still buying that. Horse care, so Noya supplements, her board, and her like health items that she needs. And then content creation tools, I'm saying like if basically like something like my camera breaks and I need a new camera, or even like I can use like other things like my phone or whatever, like but if it's necessary and like something really does break, I can buy that. For tech, this can be a category where sometimes I can buy like stuff that I don't need. Honestly, it's like the little gadgets that I'm noticing are like my downfall. My iPhone is an iPhone 8. It is very old. Very old. She is strong. She is still going. Problem is that a few weeks ago I was almost attacked by a mountain lion. That changed my perspective on the importance of having some emergency contingencies in place, and one of them being I would like to have an iPhone that has the satellite capabilities, and I need an iPhone that is a 14 or above in order to do that. So although she's paid off and all that, and I can't even trade her in because she's so old, but I think, yeah, I'm gonna upgrade my phone. So I'm allowing myself to do that. When I am out on trail or if I am in a barn that has no service, I want to be able to have the capability to notify and call my emergency contacts or 911. So that is a purchase I'm allowing myself to do. And then the other one is an Apple Watch. These are going to be partially covered. My grandma gave me some money, and I'm going to be using some Christmas money. So my birthday money and Christmas money. I am going to be getting an Apple Watch, and I'm going to be getting this because, again, of safety at the barn. This is if I have a fall, I want the fall detection. And then I also, believe I can also, if I'm hooked up to the phone with the satellite, I can contact emergency services from my watch. So I'm hoping that's the case. Don't quote me, but those are two purchases that I know are going to be heftier ones. The phone is just going to be like an extra payment on my phone bill, but the watch I will be investing some money in. And honestly, I really don't care about the tech part. It's just because of the safety features that I'm being more mindful of. Let's see, we have the move prep. So I'm allowing, obviously we can buy boxes, tape, that kind of stuff for, like the U-Haul fees, like that kind of stuff. That's probably going to be, honestly, maybe an expensive one. And then experiences, so like money that goes towards like going out to outings, hikes. We are going to be visiting Portland in January or February, one of those two. So paying for like the flight and hotel, that kind of thing. We have not gone on a trip in a long time. We only go up to Northern California to visit our family. So this will be fun to go on a vacation. We went to Portland last in 2019 and we loved it. So we are going to visit again. And yeah, so that's basically my allowed purchases. Also within the no buy is going to be like personal care items are going to be like, I don't get my nails done. I haven't got my nails done in years. I used to get acrylics, but honestly, I like owning a horse, working with horses. There's no point. We got a haircut this past year. It was expensive. It was like $250. So I'm not going to get a haircut. I'm going to do my own hair. I do my own bangs. Half the time my hair is in a hat, so it doesn't really matter. It really is just for like when I'm acting or if I'm like at an event or whatever, hanging out with friends. And when I say event, do not think red carpet, okay? Wipe the glitz off of the glitz left the building like 3 months into me living here, okay? So it is grime. Dust the dust, literal dust, mud, and poop from the barn off. And honestly, walking around LA, I shouldn't talk that badly about her, but oh my god. Anyways, so moving on. We are going to be talking about, so with equine supplies, content creation, and acting equipment, I'm going to try to do it myself, borrow it, work with what I have. I don't need the new microphone. I don't need a new tripod. Like I buy so much stuff for content creation and then I film a video and then I never post it. And so we're just going to nip that in the bud. Notebooks and pens are a big one for me. I like to buy notebooks. Once I finish this list and like solidify it, I'm going to transfer it to my purchase of a notebook. This is actually from my barefoot trimmer. Look at that. I mean, so cute, so cute. Her and her wife have a shop. If they have the online shop online, I know they're working on it, but if they have it online by the time that this video is posted, and once, later on, I will post the link to their online shop. She's an amazing barefoot trimmer. I will link her down below as well. If you're in the LA area and you need barefoot trimming services and your horse may be problematic, like my baby girl is, she's not problematic. She's a good girl. Shout out to Jess and Jay. Office supplies. Office supplies are another one. We are a big pen. I mean, my last name is Penland. I mean, come on. I always have a pen on me. But we don't need to be buying any more pens. We have, like, way too many pens. Gifts. I'm going to try to secondhand gifts. 1 second. Mochi's tearing up Devin's office. Okay, I fixed it. Mochi's out of the office. Anyways, gifts. Okay, so I'm going to try to, throughout the year, maybe, like, get some buy nothing gifts or try to find gifts on like Facebook Marketplace. I just always find like I spend so much money with Christmas gifts, and I feel like every item, like I try to get like 2 to 3 items per person that are, and they're not radical items, guys. Like they're they're decent like gifts, but it ends up being a lot when you add up everybody. So I'm gonna try my best throughout the year to try to source secondhand or like free, like buy nothing gifts, something like that, in order to save some money, because yeah, I just feel like that's an area where I can end up spending a lot of money, and this time of year it's like spend, and there's a lot of shame and guilt that comes with Christmas shopping, honestly. Like nobody talks, well, maybe there are people talking about it, there's probably a TED Talk about it. Fast food and eating out, but we have actually been doing really well. We don't do DoorDash anymore. It just got way too expensive. We don't really go to restaurants anymore. So basically like anywhere that like there's a tip involved, we really just don't go anymore because it's just too expensive. But I will say that fast food is like our new one. But even fast food is so much money now. Like we went to Taco Bell and we got some food and I think it was like $40. And I had a meltdown, you guys, because I grew up in poverty and like Taco Bell and McDonald's were like rock bottom. Like it was that and then food banks. Like that was our source of food when we were really broke. And I had a literal meltdown because when you go to a spot that's like, that was your rock bottom and it's expensive, it's like, where else do I go? Subfloor? Like it just, so anyways, I'm gonna try to eliminate fast food as much as possible. So this is gonna involve a lot of pre-planning, especially going to the barn. I feel like that's like the place where I'm like, I've done a lot of physical labor and now I'm like starving and I want a burger. Like new hobbies. If you have ADHD, you know this, but I'm going to limit my hobbies, or at least like not buy anything contributing to a hobby. I'm also going to put junk food in this category. I think this is a reason why our grocery bill has, well, besides the obvious reason of inflation, but the reason why our grocery bill also continues to be high is because we buy a lot of snacks and we buy a lot of, like, I'm a sweet tooth. It is one of my kind of focuses next year to kind of cut down on sweets and to eat a little bit more intentionally and more healthy. I am definitely an emotional eater. So I want to cut down on the amount of junk food like that I'm buying at the grocery store so that we can eat a little bit more whole foods, and also like within like budget friendly stuff. So maybe batch making things or baking from scratch more so that it's not like processed stuff. Like if I am gonna eat a sweet, like maybe I just make something that is more of a baked item that I've actually made, and then I have a little bit more pride in it. And honestly, when I bake my own stuff, I really don't eat a lot of it because I'm just like happy to share it with other people. So yeah, maybe that'll help with my sweet stuff. I think that's it for my plan. That's my ideas that I have. And then just looking over, like, pretty much when I look at my budget, I'm just seeing that reflected, like what I was talking about. But for right now, I feel like that's a pretty good plan for my no-buy year. And I'm really gonna try to stick with this because I feel like it is important. So yeah, I'm excited to do it. I'm scared. I'm confident-ish that I can stick pretty close to it. I'm definitely going to be more mindful and track my transactions more closely next year and more of my budget. But yeah, I hope to give at the end of every month an update on how everything went for that month, and hopefully I will stay true to the line. I'll walk the line of integrity on the no-buy year. I take the oath. So yeah. Yeah, if you're doing a no-buy year or a low-buy year, let me know down in the comments, and feel free to give this video a like. And if you enjoy this type of content, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And I'm excited to give you some more updates throughout the year, and I'm excited for 2025, and I wish you a wonderful holiday season and new year. And yeah, let's buy nothing next year. All right, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video.